Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I'm going to do lip application, swatches, and a review of L'Oreal's new lip product for you. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Please hit that button if you aren't a subscriber already, and you can also follow over on Instagram. A quick shout out to the latest video, also for a new drugstore L'Oreal product that is for their foundation and concealer 2-in-1 skin ink. I do an application and a full day wear test for that, so make sure you go check out that video too. I will link it in the upper right hand corner for you to see. These are pretty new, but they should be available at places like Target, Ulta. They're retailing for somewhere in between about $11 to $14, just depending on where you're picking them up, what coupon codes you're using, etc. But make sure you always check the description box for where you can purchase them. I also link it somewhere in this video if you're interested in getting them online. There are only 4 shades. We'll kind of see why later on in this video. L'Oreal says, set your plump ambitions higher and discover this new volumizing lip oil that drenches lips in 24 hours of hydration and plumping, glass-like shine. The formula is said to be infused with hyaluronic acid and tripeptides to give you a smoother and plump-looking finish. The formula is said to be lightweight, non-sticky, and comfortable, with a quote-unquote gentle lip sensation suitable for even sensitive lips. They also say that the cushiony pillow applicator has massaging beads that caress the lips. These are pH color changing products. The description says that the formula adapts to your lip pH and transforms to a hue of pink unique to you, leaving a lasting tint. I think that all pH products basically just have essentially the same change in color. I think that this claim that all the brands, not just L'Oreal, make about how it's self-adapting, unique to you change has been debunked. It's not true. And then they say wait for at least 10 minutes to assess your unique color and glossy, plumper looking lips. We're not gonna do that. I definitely, when applying and swatching, I'm gonna give it at least a full, I would say 90 seconds to color change so you can see what it looks like. Here is a full ingredients list. Note that there is that mentha piperita oil or peppermint oil in there. So I will definitely let you know after testing what level of tingling there is on the lips and whether I think that it truly is okay for people with sensitive skin. So you can see a slight color change between each tube. They are basically clear in the tubes. Shade number and names are on the bottom. It's hard to see, but you get 0.16 fluid ounces or 5 milliliters of product. So you get a slanted doe foot applicator, and I don't know if they mean these bumps that you see on there. I don't know if that's what they're saying are the beads, but otherwise I don't see any beads in the actual oil. So first up is 10 crystal ice. Now normally I'll give you a color description, but since these are color changing, just see how they develop. And since L'Oreal's claiming they're going to give you a color that specifically matches you, which I kind of doubt, but you can see how it does definitely change, and the color is going from pretty much clear to, for this one, is a very soft yellowy based pink color. $20 rosé. It is kind of fun to see how they change over time. This one came out with a slight tint to it. And at least right now it looks a little more beigey toned pink, I would say. Maybe like peachy toned pink. Yeah, it's nice. You can see kind of side by side. Not a super distinct color change. I wouldn't expect them to be these pH kind of products they pretty much all go to a generally speaking pinky color, but you can see that they are not exactly the same. The one on the right is, like I said, more peachy, I would describe it as. $50 Lilac. This one initially looks, again, pretty clear. Let's maybe hold it up against the tube while the color changes. Obviously you can see how concentrated the shade in the tube is versus what you're going to get on the lips. It's still developing. I'm a little surprised. I thought this shade might be a little more prominent compared to the previous shade, but in some sense it's a little softer. I would say this is even more quote-unquote nude toned, a little more beige tint to it. And 90 Berry Noir. Ooh, this one comes out clear, but almost has a gray tint quality to it. Now in the tube, these last two shades are the most similar, so I am curious to see how different they are after they have developed their tint. I'm moving it back and forth in the light just because the lights kind of reflect off depending on how they hit the color, and kind of makes it hard to see sometimes, so interesting. They are ending up looking pretty similar, which, yeah, I'm a little confused why L'Oreal did two colors that were so similar. I mean, this is to say that all four of these shades are pretty similar at the end of the day, but you know, the first one was blue in the tube, the second one was pink in the tube, and then to have 2 out of 4 be this lilac-y grape tint. And also funny is that even though this last shade is the darkest in the tube, I feel like it's the softest shade, at least swatched. All right, I've waited another full minute. Here is what the colors look like. These are glossy. I don't expect them to stick, but there is kind of a tinting staining claim, so makeup swipe test. I feel like pH changing products do tend to give you a light tint on the lips, especially if you have them on there for a while, but it's not going to be the same as a lip stain. It came off completely with a makeup wipe. So here are my thoughts. You know, pH changing products are kind of polarizing. I feel like some people think they're fun and like them. Other people think that they're silly. I don't have any strong feelings about them. I do think that purely in formulation, these are super comfortable, super nourishing, and it's true that they don't have any stickiness to them. So you're getting that high shine, high glossy finish, but without that prototypical sticky lip gloss feel, which is great. Super easy to apply because of the nature of the translucent color. Fun that they definitely do change and develop in color over time. They definitely sting on the lips. I am not someone who's super sensitive to that. So I don't agree with the claim that it's just kind of a mild sensation and that it's okay for people with sensitive skin. I think if you're sensitive to that tingling sensation of lip plumping products, This one has a pretty distinct and on the stronger end of that burning, tingling sensation, and it developed more slowly and continued to linger. A lot of times with that plumping sensation, sometimes it just lasts for, 20, 30 seconds and then it dissipates. This one, I felt like I wore it and didn't really feel anything until 20, 30 seconds. Then it gradually continued to increase, and it was still giving me that burning sensation well into having applied the product. It has that sharp pepperminty smell from the menthol in the formulation. It's not going to give you 24 hours of hydration. The product will wear off because it's not long wearing, and there's no way that it's going to give 24 hours of hydration to your lips, but it is very nourishing while you're wearing the product. And I will say that although on the arm swatches there didn't really seem to be any long-lasting tint, I noticed that when I was applying them on the lips, they did leave a much stronger pink tint on the lips, essentially a light stain. So I had to wait a good amount of time between swatching each shade and then really removing it with a makeup wipe thoroughly, because my lips did have a pink tint from each color. And part of that is also that irritation you're going to get from the formulation that's burning the lips. That will also bring some color and blood to the lips and make them look tinted. But even beyond that, even after I'd physically removed it and waited some time, I did notice there was still a color, a physical tint left behind. So to me, that's a benefit. I like that. So just so you know. So I think these are fun. They're easy to use and wear, pleasant to wear, and gives you that beautiful gloss-like shine with a lightweight formula. Do I think you need all 4 shades? Absolutely not. Do I think that there is some color distinction? Yes, but is it enough to warrant having to buy more than one of these shades? Probably not. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you like pH changing products? Are you not about them? Are you interested in these at all, or any other questions that you have? I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next one.